Hey guys, welcome to this video. Look, by now I know you probably already heard me talking about this rise of purpose-driven companies and how this represents the future of business. You're probably also aware, and probably through your experience you're also aware, of the massive spike in the competition in the market, how much harder it is to get your message and to get your brand to really stand out in this marketplace. The barriers to entry for new companies have never ever been so low. So what I think you realize at this stage, I hope anyways, is that a value proposition, a really strong value proposition is critical. And I mean critical if you're really going to stand out in this marketplace. And Seth Godin, the marketer, says, in a busy marketplace, not standing out is the same as being invisible. So the question to ask is your current value proposition really helping you to stand head and shoulders above the competition? Or is it just helping you to blend in with the crowd? Because if it's just helping you to blend in with the crowd, then that is the most important thing that you need to address right now. More so than hiring a more experienced and therefore more expensive sales team. More important than investing in performance management or trying to attract angel investment or trying to do any other thing to grow your business. None of those things are going to create rapid and sustainable growth unless your value proposition is outstanding and is making you stand out head and shoulders above your competition. So I hope it's clear that you really need to focus on building this powerful value proposition. And look, I want to acknowledge, I understand that running this business of yours is tough and growing it is even tougher. And probably at some point you already looked at your value proposition, but now we need to reassess it in light of the new market and in light of where you've come in your business. The thing is, somewhere along the line, we've kind of lost sight about what the actual core purpose of business is. We've got so caught up in the numbers, so caught up in our customers, so caught up in trying to just grow and be better and in our visions that we've lost sight of the reason that companies are actually supposed to exist. And that is to fulfill some sort of a social purpose. They're there to actually meet a need that's real and that's current and that's important in the lives of our customers and business consumers. So what we need to do right now is start by reassessing your value proposition. And I'm going to help you to do that right now. Listen, a strong value proposition or competitive advantage is made up of three fundamental components. The first of those components is your functional or marketplace value. Okay, that talks about the value that your products or services provide to the marketplace, right? What gap you're actually filling in the marketplace. So that's the functional value of your business. Then think about your business or personal value, and that's really to do with how you go about delivering that product or service to the market. Look, most businesses tend to define this as their USP. Okay, and this is really to do with the incremental product or service attributes that make you valuable and that make you unique. Maybe you try to differentiate on the basis of customer service or of client retention or of the materials that you use in your product or some other aspect of how you go about delivering your product or service to the market. And lastly, but by no means least, your social value. And this is talking about the value of your business to your community and to the wider world. Okay, and the thing is that almost all value propositions out there are based on the first two perspectives alone. Look guys, you have to understand how big an opportunity this is for differentiation. Okay, it's so clear from brands that are outperforming the market that it's actually in the combination of all three of those perspectives that you're going to create real value and connection. And that's how you're really going to stand out. Okay, so your functional value is going to ensure that your products and services meet an important need in the marketplace. Your business value will ensure that you're attractive to your customers because of whatever those attributes are, be they price or service or quality or whatever the case may be. And then your social value is going to make sure that your customers feel like they're actually doing something valuable, that they're actually contributing just by working or by choosing you. And this is so key. So I want you to just do me a little favor now and bring to mind any purchase that you've ever made, something maybe in the recent past, and ask yourself, why did you actually make that purchase? I mean, there were probably so many choices out there, right? Why did you choose that particular purchase? Was it because of the features and the benefits only? Or was there something else to it? Was it because of how you thought that that purchase would actually make you feel, some sort of sense of connection or contribution? Well, it's the very same in business. We have to make sure that our proposition is sound from a functional and business perspective first, and then we have to add the icing to make it absolutely irresistible. We have to make sure our customers feel like they're achieving something great by choosing us. Look, remember, I couldn't put it better than Simon Sinek when he said, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. There's so many people who probably do what you do, right? Maybe you offer something incrementally different, but is that enough to stand out head and shoulders? Customers, consumers, whether they're business customers or B2C business, they want to buy because of a connection and belief. Why you do what you do is the most important thing. So to do all of that, you need to consider the social value of your business. You need to consider the core purpose of the business, why you exist. And if you can articulate why you exist, then you're going to be able to articulate why they should choose you, and then you can talk about the features and the benefits. By uncovering your core purpose, you're going to create connection. This is such a fundamental driver of human performance, human behavior, and ultimately buying decisions. The market's going to choose you because of why you do what you do. Okay, so I hope that message is clear. And obviously, in the process, it has to be authentic and it has to be real. So here's what happens next. I actually want to make you an offer to help you entirely for free. Why? Well, because I actually believe that's the best way of getting clients, by letting the value of the experience do the quote unquote selling for me. Okay. So what I've done is I've set aside some time to personally design a customized growth plan for your business entirely free. I do it by actually listening to you, by understanding your business, your challenges, and your aspirations. Based on what you tell me, I then go away and create a custom growth plan for your business. Then I give you your plan for free, no strings attached. After you get that plan, there are three things that could happen. Number one is you think the plan is no good and I've wasted your time. Look, it's never ever happened to me before, but if it does, I'm going to immediately send you £100 as a compensation for the little bit of time that we spent together. Okay? The second possibility though is that you love the plan and you decide to use it by yourself. And if that happens, no problems at all. I wish you the best of luck and I'm happy to have helped you. And the third and most common scenario is you're thrilled with the plan and you're actually asked to become a client. And if that happens, well, great. We can get to work on it straight away. We'll set up some time to meet and discuss the implementation of the plan. You get to ask me any questions that you might have. Let me tell you a little bit about how the three-pillar growth consulting model works. In pillar one is called purpose, pillar two is people, and pillar three is plan. So probably the most important element of creating step change growth is having a really clear value proposition, and even more than clear, a value proposition that really makes you stand out. Okay, so we're going to start by assessing your current value proposition. I'm going to run a series of workshops to establish your company's reason for existence. We'll craft that into a compelling purpose statement. We'll create a powerful infographic that you can use as a key piece of marketing collateral. We'll actually align your strategy with your company's purpose. We'll develop a clear and simple go-to-market plan that is going to attract and convert your ideal customers. By the end of this first pillar, you're going to have a compelling purpose statement, engagement from your team, a visual of your competitive proposition, and a clear go-to-market plan. In the second pillar, we're going to address the team and the relationships that can then drive your company towards its vision. So in part one of the people pillar, we'll first focus on building a high-performing executive function. I will coach your execs through a series of engaging workshops to build a high-performing team. The workshops are going to be tailored to their strengths. You're going to actually save so much time as a result of this process. In part two of the people pillar, I will address and optimize key relationships in the business. We'll do that by sitting down and identifying what are the key relationships that are critical to growth. I'll then use a really powerful audit tool to assess the health of those relationships in 5 key dimensions and work with those individuals to literally bring about relational transformations. Look, this is going to unleash new energy, new potential, new innovation and collaboration into your business. By the end of the second pillar, you're going to have a high-performing exec team, way more confidence in that team and therefore much more time on your hands, solid internal relationships, and ultimately the people who are going to drive growth in your business. What does this mean for you? Well, it means you get to go back to doing the stuff that you're best at and the things that you love to do. Okay, and in the third pillar, which is plan, we're going to create a vision, a roadmap, and a scoreboard that's going to drive ongoing results. We'll create clarity of focus and the process that's going to ensure that you continue to have clarity as you go forward. Okay, people are going to focus without fear or deviation. And by the end of this third pillar, you're going to have a clear and aspirational vision of exactly where it is you're going, a roadmap for how you're going to get there, a scoreboard that's going to keep you on track, and maybe most importantly of all, the team that are going to be focused on results. And that is the ultimate outcome or measure of a high-performing team, is one who focuses and delivers results. I'm going to apply all of my strengths, my knowledge, my experience to create the level of engagement that I know underpins successful organizational change. Look, it doesn't stop there though. You're going to get regular workshop summaries to help embed the learning, attractive and professional visuals to highlight the key milestones, updates on your growth journey, everything you need to reinforce and create long-term positive change. I'll have a high quality infographic design that's going to be a key selling tool for your competitive proposition. Again, it doesn't stop there. When the program is over, I'll give you a complete handover, making sure that you can carry this momentum forwards. 3 months after we're done, I'll actually come back and we can check in together again. I'll spend a day with you. We can check in on your progress. Executive team, we can run another assessment to compare your progress to where you started. I'll also check in on the relationships that I worked on and help to guide them on any next steps. Your team are going to have the opportunity to ask me anything and to address and unblock any of your key challenges. Look, as it's such a hands-on process for me, I can only offer this opportunity to a really, really small number of clients. And here's how much it would cost if you want me to actually implement the free growth plan that I give to you. The total cost would be just 3 payments of 14,333 or a single payment of 39,200. Look, as you can imagine, there's going to be huge demand for this type of customized, hands-on service. So if you're interested, just click the button below and apply for a free custom growth plan. But there is a little catch, and the catch is, for me to invest my time and energy into providing you with a custom growth plan, you need to meet some simple but reasonable some strict but reasonable criteria. Number one is you can't sell any dodgy, get-rich-quick, or any other types of products that I just don't want to be associated with. Your business has to be of a minimum size in terms of revenue that generally means revenues around 5 million, wanting to get to 20 or 50, and a team size of 20, 25 or more. There has to be capacity for growth in your market. You have to have forward momentum and a sales function. You have to be hungry for growth and open to change. And lastly, your vision of success should include the well-being of your team and actually using your business to help shape a better world. And that's literally it, right? So if that's you, go ahead, click the button below to get started right away. I'll send you a brief questionnaire. It takes about a minute to fill out, and then I'll go over it and schedule a time for us to speak on the phone. Remember, there are 3 ways you can use your free plan. You can implement it yourself. You can ask me to help you implement it. And if that's your decision, then that's great. We'll get to work on it straight away. And that would happen for just 3 payments of 14,333 or a single payment of 39,200. And the last option, I told you before, is you think I've wasted your time. It's never happened to me before, but if it does, I'll send you £100 immediately, no questions asked. So what this means is you have nothing to lose by having me create a custom growth plan for your business. That's why you should click the button below and get started right away. Remember, whatever you do, there's going to be no pressure to become a client, no sales calls, nothing like that. My focus is literally to give you the best possible custom growth plan and let the value of that experience speak for itself. So look, go ahead, click the button below, get started with your free growth plan right away. And I really look forward to connecting with you soon and to adding value to your lives and businesses. Thank you so much. Bye.